In just 43 seconds, William Petzer of South Africa explains a big part of the black-white wealth gap.
When comparing a black middle-class family with a white middle-class family with the exact same household income over the exact same number of years, the white family is on average 4 times more asset-rich than the black family. And this is even true for young professionals in the same profession, both born after apartheid and earning the exact same salary. The white individual is on average 4 to 6 times wealthier than the black individual when neither had received any inheritance yet. This fact alone completely smashes the idea that the legacy of apartheid has any impact on the wealth disparity between black and white South Africans.
Right. So controlling for having the same job, the same income, all born after apartheid and no inheritance received. The white people have way more assets after several years of earning the same income because they spend their money on intelligent things and not just like immediate gratification that instantly goes away. We had this clip in YCSP last night. This is an interesting clip where they talk about how in Africa, there's like no word for maintenance in any of the African languages, which may give us some actual insight into the whole smoke alarm thing. Why they don't fix the chirp. Well, they just haven't invented the word yet. It's like what George Orwell talks about, how if you can control people's language, you can control the way they think. So the white man probably stopped Africans from having access to the concept of maintenance.
That, from what I'm understanding, in third world countries, anything that is not under maintenance is because, you know, we don't care.
No, you care. It's not in the concept. Travel the 54 countries in Africa and ask each person in every country, what is wrong with your country? Leadership. Leadership. All of you say the same word. So let me ask you, since 1960, the country has been picking the wrong leader every 4 years. Not a single railway built by the British is in Nigeria today, but the one they built in their country that same year, it's still running. Not a single railway built in Ghana in 1960 is still there today. What do you know in that country that has been properly maintained by the people every day and it works perfectly?
It's hard for people to maintain things when they're not gaining a lot.
No. It's hard for people to maintain things when they don't have the concept of maintenance in their culture.
When they're not gaining a lot, right? So again, instant gratification. Oh, you want me to maintain the railroads? Well, where's my big giant salary that I get for maintaining the railroads? But then that would require people in charge thinking that the railroads are worth maintaining, right? It's true. It is cultural. I mean, no. So it's not cultural. It's the ability to have abstract thinking, to have basic abstract thinking that allows you to perceive the concept of entropy, allows you to perceive that things break down over time, and then to be able to say to yourself, okay, effort is required to prevent the breakdown. It's not culture. It's just basic abstract thinking. And we'll come back to this clip, but this was a video in YCSP like 2 weeks ago that I wanted to talk about. So I'm finally getting around to it because it ties into like what we're talking about here. So this guy here is the pilot. That's the guy flying the plane. Okay, so abstract thinking, the ability to like think ahead into the future. My son is 4, right? We were outside. We were down by the shop. My father-in-law has a shop, and there's like a concrete wall with the lawn. The shop's like kind of deep down, so there's like a crevice between the shop and the wall that's not very wide. It's like a foot wide or whatever. And my son, he's like, hey, do you want to see the tennis ball or whatever? And I was like, oh, what? He shows me there's like a ball that's fallen down into the crevice. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking I could squeeze, I'm nice and svelte. I could squeeze my way down there and get the ball. And I think pull myself back up. I say to him, should I go down there and get it? And he says, how are you going to get down there? And I'm like, oh, I'll just kind of like lift myself down gingerly. And then he says, how are you going to get out? And so I thought, that was like a proud dad moment for me, because I was like, my son at 4 has the level of abstract thinking required to understand that if you put yourself into a situation, you need to also be able to get out of the situation, which is more abstract thinking power than the pilot of this airplane. So I don't think it's a cultural issue. Culture is just another like feel good shit lib thing, that excuse that people come up with, no different than like thinking it's about education. Oh, education is going to fix everything, teach men not to rape, and so on and so forth.
What is the one word in Igbo for maintenance?
Maintenance is, there's no direct English word for that. It doesn't translate directly to maintenance.
That's correct. How about you?
It doesn't translate.
That's correct.
But it translates to like take care of.
No, that is not maintenance. What is the one word for repair in Igbo?
Imezie.
Exactly. What is the one word for repair in You see, I'm driving you to somewhere. What is the one word for democracy in Igbo language? You don't. How about you? You don't. You're trying to practice something that is not in the concept of the language. There is no African country, and I've done it through Kenya, I've done it all, that has an equivalent of the word maintenance.
Is that a real Goring quote? Or culture is in parentheses for some reason?
Well, in order to maintain something, you have to have it first. Correct?
No, if I leave it for you, you can maintain it. The British left a lot of things in this country when they left. They established the hospitals, they established the fire station, the post offices, the railway lines, the roads they built before they left. You are not able to maintain it because you don't have that concept. Because your environment, the tropical environment of Africa, the way you build your houses, the material you use, you don't require maintenance. Every country that is called industrialized countries, today, one of the things you know about them is maintenance of what they have. That's why we have buildings here that are about 250 years old, 300 years old in this country. There are buildings in other countries of Europe that are 700 years ago. The Notre Dame that burned in France was a 13th century building. Do you know what kept it that long till today? Maintenance is a culture.
办事的效率太低。我们到现在这个山，它那个山上主要看有一溜子那个石头还是我们可以用的，我们就是跟政府谈，这都谈了，在春节左右的时候就开始谈，现在已经都半年了，到现在都没有一个明确的答复。刚才说是你们受欧洲国家管理这么长时间，应该是学到了很多先进的管理经验。
哪有多少时间？没有多少时间了。我们炒那个要那个国境级。
Only had 50 years.
现在是50年，自己50年那个。
就是50年以前，你不是受他们
50年以前什么都好啊。
是啊，那个先进的影响，那个代代往传下来，越传越文明，越发达了，怎么越来越倒退，越落后了？你看这么先进的铁路，我都1930几年就有电气化铁路，我这是中国啥时候才有电气化铁路的？你看矿区那个铁路，电气化那个双轨铁路，因为架得多好。你看现在整个什么？哎呀，千疮百孔，破烂不堪了。把原有留下的东西根本都没有更加的爱护保护去利用它，反而都遭到了毁灭性的重创，都成了这样子的。只有慢慢经过几代人，就是中国说的那句话：“今日有酒今日醉，明日没酒喝凉水。”就这样子。
No matter if I'm broke in the morning, I'll drink water. So in other words, they have no concept of like planning, no concept of like rationing, maintaining, all these kinds of things.
没酒喝凉水就是就这样子。
Hey, what up, Family Ding Dong? It is I, your boy LP, and the clip you just watched is from my live stream show, The Daily Cope, which I do 4 to 5 times a week on Rumble, Odyssey, and my other YouTube channel. I will link all of them below if you want to check it out. And thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out.